Okay, well, it's been a while. I almost forgot to do the video of the framing, and we're getting the sheathing on, and I wanted to show you some of the framing stuff. So the east wall here, you can see we've already got the sheathing on it, so you can't really see much underneath. What we're going to do is just lift that wall up. One thing you will notice, maybe if I show it to you, is you can see that there's an overhang here. Here's the end of this, and it overhangs about 13 inches, and that's so when we lift up the wall, this will come down and it'll cover up, actually tie in the rim board and the sill plate. So that's why this is overhanging by about 13 and a half, 14, maybe 14 inches, I think.
Oh, she's square.
All right, so now we'll move down here. That was Uncle Mike, by the way. Uncle Mike. So down here, you'll see some of the framing.
Uncle Mike?
You'll see 3 windows here, framed out. A couple things to note. This first one here, I can't reach it, I'm going to have to use my foot. That's the king post. That's the one that goes all the way down to the bottom. Then inside, that holds the window and that's the header. This one here, that goes and just frames out the window and roughs it out, is the jack stud. And then here you've got these, what they're called cripple posts, up there, or down there, and now up here. One thing to note, we had to put the foam inside first. Obviously you want foam in there for insulation, but we wanted to get it in there first before, because you can see we got it right up in there. Don't want to miss that spot. A couple other things you'll note: when we have to put these on 16 on centers, we make these mark 16 on center, but then when you nail it, you're not exactly sure where to nail it, so you take one of these, we cut off the end there, you can see, and then you can just put this on the line. It goes right down to the bottom, and you just make your mark, and then you know where to nail it, so you don't lose that. Other than that, we've got all the walls. We did the east side, west side, and everything in the middle are the side walls. One other thing I better show you while I'm here is a very important piece. So when we lift this wall up, it's going to want to scoot out, right? Although it's going to want to push that way. So what would happen is we lift it up and it kind of slides off the end of the deck here. So what we did was we used some strapping. And you can see it here, not too well, but here, down there, you strap it, make a little hinge, goes down here. So now when we try to lift the wall and it wants to go that way, there's no way for it to go, because this will hold it, but it'll also allow it to come up. So the measurement from here to here is exactly the width of this board. And what we did was we used some old strapping that they used when they delivered the material. So we didn't have to buy anything new, we just reused some strapping that was already there. So what we're doing next is we're going to put the rest of the sheathing on. We're going to glue it, nail it, and hopefully be ready to flip the walls up.
Got it.